You're listening to The Coffee Hour. I'm Andy Bates. Lots of opportunities to do fun things this summer. And, there might be a day where it's just beautiful weather and you want to sit out and read, or maybe it's a rainy day and you want to spend some time reading inside or out. How do you make the most of those reading opportunities? Joining us today from Concordia Publishing House, Beth Kramer. She's marketing manager for CPH. Beth, welcome to The Coffee Hour.
Hi, thanks for having me, Andy.
Beth, I enjoy reading. I've been doing some reading and preparing for some conversations here on the Coffee Hour with some authors. And I was thinking about, where do I like to read? What's the environment that I like? What's the mood I like to set when setting up for reading? And was thinking about our time together today and was curious, what's your favorite vibe or mood or favorite place for reading in the summer?
Well, Andy, I have an overstuffed armchair that is strategically placed under an air conditioner vent, and there's a window right by for that natural light, and a little table for my coffee cup.
Aha. All right. So a cup of coffee, it sounds like, with the perfect space, some natural light, and then right temperature in a comfy chair. Now that sounds like that might put me to sleep, but also a great place to read. Very good. So why is reading an important part of summer break, especially for kids?
Well, I would say two reasons. First of all, reading helps keep those minds engaged and involved during that summer break. But more importantly, depending on what you're reading, it can be a great opportunity to grow your faith, learn more about Jesus, and really dig into that faith.
So how is Concordia Publishing House helping kids, helping families do that this summer?
We are excited that we are bringing back our Summer Reading Challenge.
Very good. A summer reading challenge. Well, tell me more about this summer reading program, what that entails. Who can participate in the summer reading program?
Well, everybody of all ages can participate, and we have some really exciting new changes this year for people who have participated in previous years. We are running 2 concurrent reading challenges that are age-based. So readers of all ages are challenged to log 1,000 minutes during the 10 weeks that we're offering the reading challenge. The reading challenge runs from May 31st through August 11th. So 1,000 minutes is about 100 hours a week, which is just under 2 hours, which we think people will hopefully be able to hit. And then for those little readers, where reading minutes might not be as feasible, you never know how their attention spans may go, we are challenging readers between the ages of 0 and 5 to work through 35 picture books in that same 10 weeks.
Very good. Now, thanks for doing the math for us. My son and I were having a conversation about this recently, too, as we were looking at the plans for the summer reading challenge and trying to figure out how much he needs to read each day to be on track, especially if he might have, a day off here or there where he might not be reading. So he was doing the math and figuring out how much time to spend reading. And we figured about a half an hour each day is really going to work well, I think, for him in terms of reading for the summer. So what type of reading? Are there particular books that qualify for the summer reading challenge?
That has been a rule in the past, but this year there are no rules around what books to read. You can read whatever book you want. We do prefer that it relates to Jesus or your faith. And we have some fun ways to help you pick books to read if you're just not sure if any book is a little too broad. If you go to our cph.org/read site, you will find a fun interactive quiz that will help pick a book for you based off of your preference. We also have some book lists built into the reading challenge that you can click in the recommendation sections. And we have book lists by different age groups and interests. So for the theology fans, we have some theology suggestions. We have more general adult reads. And then we have, of course, child-friendly reads for those different age categories.
All right. So what's your go-to when you're sitting in that big overstuffed chair with the cup of coffee? What's your favorite go-to when you just have some time to enjoy reading?
I am slowly working my way through the Lutheran 101 series, the Lutheranism 101, 3rd edition.
Very cool. Very cool. Well, I know that I'm looking forward to doing some reading. And I noticed that when my son was reading recently, just yesterday, when he was spending some time reading, that it was quiet. And that meant that I had some time to read too, which was really helpful. There certainly can be some benefits to the whole family spending some time and investing in this reading as well, right?
Yes, and I'm glad you brought up the family piece because we have a couple of pieces that I think will be new and engaging for readers this summer tied to this challenge. So one option is that a family member can create accounts for everybody all at once and just click a little toggle in the upper right-hand corner to switch from mom to kid 1 to kid 2. So that's one way of keeping it all integrated, nice and easy. And there's also a friends feature with this new way to log reading this summer. And you can exchange a code with your friend to keep tabs on how are they reading and how does that stack up to yours. And there's a leaderboard where you can see who's logging what for a little friendly competition. So we're hoping that will be a lot of fun. And then individually, it will show you your logging. And if you log reading every day, so if your son does follow through with 30 minutes every day, he will build up a reading streak. And it will be really fun for him to see those little fireballs coming up on his reading logging.
Very good. How do we go about logging the reading time?
Well, I'm going to point you to our cph.org/reads website. That's where you'll get the link to click, create an account on the platform, and then you go ahead and just log. There's a timer you can set if you want to just start a timer, or you can know that I sat down for 30 minutes and log. Either of those will work.
Very good. So it's helpful to log it at the time that you do the reading to go right to the site and log in and register log your time spent reading. And with the little guys for the younger reading challenge from ages 0 to 5, I believe it is, how do we log that reading?
Yeah, good memory to 0 to 5 for that. But you log it the same way, whether you're logging a book or minutes, you can go ahead and log it from the same thing. There's a little drop-down menu, so you can just toggle which you're logging. And even though it's a good idea to log as you go, you don't have to. You can always go back and add time later if you forgot, for example. So if you don't log the same day, that's okay. You're not cheated out of that time. You'll still get your credit as long as you put it in and earn those badges.
But if you're like me, you don't want to lose track of it, so you need to do it when you're thinking of it, when you're doing the reading. Otherwise, I'll forget that I did that reading and forget to log it the next day. Now,
right. Oh, I'm sorry. I just did want to mention, there's 2 different ways you can log. You can log from a computer or a tablet if you have a desktop or a laptop. There's also a free app for both Google and iPhones that you can download. So if you have your mobile phone near you while you're reading, you can pull out your phone, open up the app, and log that way. We have links to the app stores on our cph.org/read site.
Very good. I'll have to install that app. That'll be much easier, I'm sure, for getting to and logging that reading time. Now, Concordia Publishing House has also provided some fun incentives. Not only is it just a challenge to read this summer, but also an opportunity maybe to win some prizes as well. Tell us about that.
Yes. So our prizes are new this year. We have 1 grand prize winner and 5 runners up. So our grand prize is a Best Items of 2023 collection. We have curated the best brand new products releasing this year that the winner will get. And that's a list of about 19 items valued at over $185. And the grand prize includes things like the 2023 to 2024 student planner, and that's some of our newer titles for both children and adults.
Very cool.
And then, yes, I'm sorry, the runners-up will get to choose one of 5 book titles. There's a list on our cph.org/read site if you want to see all of them.
So if you enjoy reading and participate in the Summer Reading Challenge and complete it successfully this summer, you might have the opportunity to win some more books to keep you reading.
Exactly. And the way to be eligible for the prizes is, first of all, make sure that when you log in for your account, there's going to be a question at the registration asking if you agree to the terms and conditions. As long as you check yes, you agree to the terms and conditions, and please do read those. but check yes that you agree. And then if you complete the challenge, which is either reading 1,000 minutes or reading 35 picture books, then you will be eligible. We will randomly draw winners at the conclusion of the challenge.
And so the challenge is already in progress, started May 31st and goes through, when do we need to have all of our reading completed?
End of date, August 11.
Very good. So you want to have all those reading minutes logged by August 11th so you can be eligible to be entered in the drawing for a prize from Concordia Publishing House. All right, so you're working on Lutheranism 101. What's on deck after you finish that? Have you already picked out your next book?
I kind of have my eye on that. Lutheranism 101, specific to the divine service. I think it's the worship title. There's a whole collection in the series, so I'm still trying to get through this one.
Very good. Well, I hope that chair pays off. You have some comfy time in the chair to do some reading this summer and enjoy Lutheranism 101 and the rest of the books in that series. Beth, thanks so much for sharing information about the CPH Reads summer reading program, and we'll provide a link to the program in the notes as well, cph.org/reads. We'll provide a link to that in the program notes today and all the information you can find there. Thanks so much for being my guest on the Coffee Hour today.
Well, thank you so much, and happy reading to you and your listeners.
Thanks so much. You've been listening to The Coffee Hour. I'm Andy Bates.
The Coffee Hour with Andy and Sarah is a production of KFUO. To support The Coffee Hour and KFUO Radio, visit KFUO.org. You can also text KFUO to 41444 or send an email to gifts@KFUO.org. And you can call us at 800-844-0524. KFUO. Christ for you, anytime, anywhere.
At Concordia University, Wisconsin, we believe you were created for a reason: to use your God-given gifts to help others, to live a life of self-sacrifice in a me-first world, to live a life that's uncommon. Whether you're taking one of 50-plus online programs or learning with us in person on the shores of Lake Michigan, you'll be equipped to make an uncommon impact. Learn more at cuw.edu. Concordia University, Wisconsin. Live uncommon.